Okay, nothing amazing has happened here yet. I have my first email. I think I'll go through the mating ones and the Chocobo racing, and pretty much then just do the breathing thing fully on my own. It's basically mechanical repetition of what we're going to do at this point. So there's nothing particularly amazing about it. We're not going to start mating the Chocobos now. The big problem we have is that they're shit. Captured locked Chocobos are level C, and I think you might be able to get level C Chocobos to breed successfully, but it'll require a lot of attempts. I mean, it's the kind of thing where quick loads would be a good thing, because you have to try again and again and again. However, the game does not rely on chance based that much. You can raise them to increase the level, and I think a level B Chocobo is also already a very good candidate for a successful one. A level is probably pretty much guaranteed to have produce a special one if it can, and S level is something I would train if I try to attempt to breed the golden Chocobo, something like that. We basically want one good female. Feed it some greens. Yep. It'll improve its stats. Then a great male. They also get rid of one good male and one great male. We really have no for them. What we need is we need female and male versions of the blue and green chocobos. Yeah, one male, let go. One good male and one great male. So, we already fed some greens to the female, good female, and we'll do the same thing with a great male. I'm not feeding all that many greens to them, because I don't want to, and I don't think they're capable of, more importantly, there's no need to raise them all that high. We just need them to be something else than sea level. B is probably okay, and that means a few races. And the races, if you take the short route, aren't that long. The competition probably isn't that hard either, which is exactly what we want. I don't care if it's a river or a mountain chocobo, we're going to get both of them anyway. But again, I'm just doing this once. I'll have to repeat the same process basically with the river chocobo and the mountain chocobo and a wonderful chocobo and river and mountain crossing chocobo. So there's nothing special about it, it's just repetition of the same. Do I even have the money, by the way? I have enough money for one. I'll buy a lifetime pass. Well, I don't have to actually, but might as well. 30,000 isn't that much money. It's like 6 greens. But I spent all of my money on the greens and didn't think this through. we're gonna need those greens and probably a bit more too. But I just have the funds then. Yeah, Chocobo Racing. Okay. Can we get to the business? You have your own Chocobo, right? Yes. Let me register. Which one? Email good. C rank? Yes. I want the short one. Yeah, but Chuckies can't buy tickets. If you win, you'll get an item ticket, so try it. We can win a Turbo Ether, Hyper, and Fire Fang. On the higher difficulty levels, I mean class levels, so you get better rewards. You can get some permanent equipment and materia here, so the rewards are actually quite good, and it's another reason to do Chocobo Racing. You have a chance to get a golden Chocobo through other means, but I think that requires you to basically take down the ultimate weapons, the gigantic monsters anyway, which is very hard to do without the special equipment you get from the special materia you get from if you have the chocobos. I mean, have the golden chocobo in the first place. So it's an alternative way, sure, but it's not an easy way. Really not that good. This is terrible. I definitely don't want the race to with this. I basically have almost no control of the bird. It's just, yeah, this is terrible. It's a miracle. We're basically last, and we're not even running on the correct side of the map. I mean, on the track. So we're running a much longer route than everyone else. The bird's basically incredibly stupid and slow. It's just a coincidence that it's a female. It's we could improve the situation a little bit by feeding more greens to him, but I'm not sure. Good Chocobo is not a particularly good one. I'm basically trying to constantly direct myself to the right side of the track, and she's continuously going the wrong side. So there's no way we're going to be able to do it with this piece of shit Chocobo. It's not even that the Chocobo itself is particularly slow, it's just it's incredibly stupid, which means I can't control it. Yeah, getting this Chocobo out of sea level is it's not gonna be easy. Should have just bet them 10 greens. Yeah. Let's try the great one. Yeah. It's pretty much doing... How about automatic control? Okay, this is actually a lot better for this type of bird currently. But it's sort of a shitty thing, because I'm not doing anything. I might as well not be here, which is a terrible gameplay thing. So the racing is actually quite nice if you have even half decent high level Chocobo, but because they have better potential, they follow your commands pretty much perfectly, they're fast and all that, so it's an actual racing. This is like... having a car race where your car doesn't obey your commands at all, or alternatively you can put it on autopilot, where you can't race anyway. Yeah, they're pretty much on the halfway point of the map when we're done. Okay, at least we can get this piece of crap to the next level quickly. They're also quite a bit faster. These are the slow birds. So doing these races on the better birds it's not very time consuming at all because everyone is very fast. So the race is very short and one way or another it'll end in a minute. Not sure if it's gonna last that long. So prize. Turbo Ether. Still, even sea level has mega elixirs, which is full heal and mana restoration for everyone in your party. And this is the shittiest prize pool. GP. I think we need GP to play maybe even the battle square. So we have to play the battle square to do an Omni Flash on our main character before we meet. So this is what. But if we do the breeding first, we have a great way to just rack up those GP. But for now, I want items. All the items. That sort of level item is very weak. I'll try the female good again. See how it goes. We'll keep her on autopilot. If I take control over it, that's a guaranteed catastrophe. So yeah, at least she more or less stays on the correct side of the track this time. Still, she's wasting all of her stamina and not really running all that well. So yeah, might have to go back and feed her some more greens. Not sure if it's help. We probably aren't gonna get much of a boost. She isn't that good about Chocobo in the first place. She just doesn't have the stats. Yeah, this isn't gonna go anywhere. Not sure. Yeah, if the problem is if she's sea level, attempting to get a special Chocobo out of her can take a lot of attempts. And the game system isn't geared very well to having multiple attempts on it. Yeah, we have no chance because the others have saved they're in general faster and they have saved their boosts. So they'll run for the rest of the trip while we can't do much. Yeah, this Chocobo just isn't good enough. Either we improve her with feeding more greens, or we can basically forget about raising her from sea level. She's just terrible. Doesn't even know how to do a last minute spurt. Want to be last. She's just not good enough. And I don't think even that's the physical attributes. It's that she's retarded basically. Still, we can race this one. I'll see how well we'll do with manual control. Yeah, with an automatic. This is pretty much though the worst of what Chocobo Racing has to offer. You don't have to worry about the retard going out there in the front because he's sprinting, which means he'll waste all his stamina. Means he's very exposed. So this guy will win all his races without any trouble. And get him to level B. I think I'll go back and maybe try to beat the other Chocobo. 5 additional greens. Get her to at least maybe use her abilities a little bit smarter. Maybe a minor boost somewhere. Either way, something that would allow her to raise to the B rank. If both the male and female are B rank, at least as this early in the breeding program, I think we are pretty much guaranteed to get the special chocobo. Once we've done that, I'm not gonna go through every stage of the breeding program and racing program, only when next time I think when we have the golden chocobo under us. That would mean, because at that point the racing serves a couple of purposes. We want some items out of the winning prize pool. And more importantly, well, I don't know more importantly, but equally as importantly, we want the GP. Because more and more I think about it, is that we are gonna need them in the battle square. We're gonna need a lot of them if we want to get enough points. Which means probably thousands of them. And in order to get that, we are going to need to be exchanged them against something very valuable, which would mean high-level chocobo. This should be the last run this guy has to do, and it would be level B, rank B. Yeah, I do want to try to give the good female a try to... We need to give these guys more description names, otherwise I'll never remember which one is which. Yeah, if you think this is bad, it's wonderful when you have a high-level, properly trained and fed chocobo under you, and then you do these races. Because the motherfucker will run this race in... I don't know, how long does it take? It's incredibly fast, fully responsive to whatever you do. So I think for a few ranks, your competition will not reach the halfway point while you already finished the race. The A level probably isn't that tough either. The S rank will be the only real challenge for you. And there you really have to be top of the line if you want to have any chance of winning. There are very good racers there with very good chocobos, but the prizes are also incredibly valuable. Got a high potion. Congratulations, your chocobo moved up a rank. From the next race, will be in B rank. He might be able to deal with B rank too, but it serves no purpose. Not for us. We want the rank for breeding purposes, not for racing purposes at this point. The only massive amount of racing we'll have to do is with the river mountain combination chocobo and the golden one. I'll probably do the... When I have the black one, I'll do a lot of the item gathering there. Might be some S-class items that I won't get at that point, but I don't think I'll record that. It doesn't make much sense. It's pretty much the same. Repeat, 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 repeat. So there's nothing incredibly exciting going on there. The golden chocobo things are different. That's where the racing is. Racing is about as good as it gets, the rewards are about as good as they can get, and so forth. And we're going to very likely once we have the golden chocobo. There's a lot of areas that open up to us. We could try to... Why don't I have Regan Greens? Where's female good one? Yeah, you are terrible. Please, please try to improve yourself. This will limit speed, stamina, and defenses. Thank you very much. Intelligence is the biggest problem. We do have enough cash to race again. Right? We have to have. We probably have. We need 3,000, we have 3,700. So let's see what the difference 5 additional greens makes. These passive things are very expensive though, so I'm not exactly overjoyed at having to spend them on such a lowly piece of crap chocobo, but do what you gotta do. Oh my god, can I go in? That's one good reason to buy the lifetime pass, so you don't have to listen to them bitching about the GB and the tickets constantly. Yes, let me register to female. Yeah. Short! For the love of God, who would want to do a long one? I think we're better off leaving it for automatic at the moment. At least she seems to be doing better. I'm not worried about that one. It's sprinting to stay ahead, which means it's unsustainable. Okay, I think this is enough. She isn't great, but she's better than these losers. So, it's basically 25,000 worth of extra greens fed to her, and there's a dramatic difference. Now she's immediately at the front, doing fairly smart racing on her own. I don't really have a problem with it. So, went from pretty much the last in the entire group to the clear winner. Still required twice the amount of greens to do it compared to the male one. So the difference between a great and a good one is still quite noticeable. Yeah, she's not quite as fast, but more than capable of taking all of these. We're pretty much just gonna go back once we place the B rank and breed to see what we can get. I can't say success is guaranteed at that point. Might very well just produce a normal one, which is totally worth it to us. That's how it sometimes goes. Still, the chance that this pairing will prove something valuable is vastly more higher than what it is if we just try to desperately get the C rank to produce something worthwhile. And since money is not a super big concern to us, it doesn't really matter. Especially once we get Chocobo Racer to get a little bit higher, so the items are more valuable. And even if we don't have any real need for them, we can still take them and just sell them to fund our breeding program. It's better than taking the GP, they're totally worthless if we leave this place. I don't think we'll be doing the battle square after this. Once we get the golden one, there's a lot of places that will open up. A lot of tools that are, well, not mandatory, but aid in, especially distorting the bigger weapons very much. Even though there's sort of an issue there, and it's making me lean more and more to the fact, or it was more or less a deciding factor to in am I going to record the breeding program. It sometimes I record things that really are not necessary in the game because it's part of the game. The reason why I don't really want to do it here is that although the weapon fights are some of the most memorable fights in this game and challenging, that doesn't mean that they're the most entertaining fights. The reason is exactly because in order to make a sensible way to fight them is to use certain abilities that we get from using the, I guess, the higher level specialty chocobos. The problem is most of the weapons are the easiest to kill pretty much the same way. So instead of having amazing good fights, you're going to have fairly repetitive fights. They can still be tough ones. You have to, if you have a lot of extra bonus materia and you raise them to high levels, then you can try other things, maybe clever materia combinations to basically heal yourself and continue attacking very competently and powerfully the enemy. But if you're not going to bother with doing that, and I'm very unlikely to bother, we're going to have to do fairly repetitive fights using certain summon powers, maybe certain command powers, and basically repeat the same thing with at least both of the more stronger weapons, which would be the underwater one and one living under the sands of the desert. So this long, fairly repetitive process of powering up does not really have all that satisfactory reward at the end of it. You have the satisfaction of beating the strongest enemies, getting the best gear, powering up, but it's still not necessary to complete the game, and the actual fights, they're epic in the sense that you get to take down opponents that are really causing you a lot of grief for that, but that's it. They're not super interesting, good gameplay fights. So, in a sense, it makes a lot of sense to just play the game to the end when you can, instead of doing this. But at the same time, while at least I tend to play games in a way, usually, where I just see what I can do, even if it's not all that sensible. Yeah. B rank! So we have two being B rank chocobos. And if you like the game, you usually tend to look very closely in places, try to find secrets, that sort of thing. But as far as this game is concerned, you could probably waste just as much time as it took to reach this point to get all the extra stuff. But yeah, the payback for that isn't all that great. I'm pretty confident though that defeating the big weapons does have something worthwhile for us. I'm pretty sure one of the rewards will be given by the old man we met in a little village here. He complained about missing 3 items. 2 of them I think are gained from the weapons, one is gained from morphing a ghost ship. And I think the ghost ship one will be underwater material, which helps fight one of the weapons. So, but the other reward will be a golden chocobo at least, which is sort of a shitty reward at that point. The other, I'm not sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's worthwhile though. Yeah, but I can't recall the details. So I better not say anything about it. I could recall wrong. We're going to see what it is anyway. See if we can breed these two. Ah, dating. Which 2 chocobos are you going to make? The reason why I would not want to do the fail and retry again it is for 2 reasons. The only way to sort of load is to die or restart, and it's very time consuming anyway. 2, there's a cooldown period once someone is born or when someone has made it before they can repeat the process, and it's measured by the number of fights you have. So easiest way to get rid of the cooldown is just to go to some kind of beginner area and slaughter a lot of fights. But the thing is, you're still going to have to spend time fighting those fights, and it's exactly that. You have to burn time again. So if you don't raise them, you probably are gonna burn through a lot more time unless you do some kind of reset thing. But yeah, good female, great male. Let's see what we can do. Or can we do anything? Yeah. Basically, if this isn't gonna produce something, what I'm going to do is fight about, what, 10-15 fights, come back here and try again. And that's it. So nothing amazing there. We need to have the correct nuts. Carrot nuts. Yes. We produced a river chocobo. Male. I need to have X, let's say 01. Way I know what it is. Male river 01. And this is basically what we're gonna do. What I think I need now would be a great female and a good male to produce a mountain chocobo. The same thing, raise the 2, and then, which means, by the way, that I have no real use for ones who gave birth to these parents, because they'll just produce another river one. We have no need for another river. We just need, well, I suppose I could keep them, because if I can get a female river, that's good enough too. I need to breed river and mountain to produce the black one. Then the black one will be, doesn't matter what gender the black one is, because the companion to that black one has to be a wonderful chocobo that we can capture from the landscape again, which in turn means it's fairly easy to get samples of both gender, and that would bring us the golden chocobo. The black one and the wonderful chocobo would probably have to be A rank racers to have a decent chance of producing the golden one. So it's a fairly involved process, but this is basically it. Get the correct pairing of good and great. I think you have to switch the genders if you want to produce something else. I mean, which one of the is the great one a male or a female? That's your thing. But yeah, more or less just a repetition of this. I'm not gonna release anyone. Really, there's no need. What I need is a great female one. That would leave us with 9 staples. So one, we have the room for the green one. Doesn't particularly matter what it is either. It just yeah, but it's details. Will that might cause me to make an extra pair of green or blue chocobos so we can find the correct gender pairing for the other one. But that's more or less at maximum 1 gender cycle. And from this point on, the racing will be a bit better because these are better chocobos, so we can feed them like 10-15 greens and they're more than capable of reaching A rank, which is what we probably the only thing what we need to guarantee successful breeding program. So yeah, I think I'll end it here. It's more or less just a repetition of the same. I think the next time we'll continue is when we finally gotten ourselves a golden chocobo.